Board members, if I can get you to take your seat, we'll get started. Thank you, board members. We're going to change the agenda up a little bit. We're going to start off with committee reports. The first one will be audit. And then we're going to go to law and licensing, standards and assessments. They have kind of a short agenda. Then we're going to jump into turnaround. After turnaround items, then we'll go to finance. So the first committee report will be from the committee chair of audit, which is Vice Chair Cummins or Chair Cummins. Are you ready? I've got to turn your mic on.
Okay, so out of the audit committee, you have your summary of actions, and the audit committee only has one. Sorry, it's not coming in. The audit committee only has one actionable item today. Sorry, my thing disauthenticated, so I don't have confidential documents. Okay, so item 9.2. It's on your audit committee summary as 2.8, which is the cyclical assurances checklist audit request. And so the committee has, sorry, so on here it's 2.8. Yep. The committee was looking at a couple of different ways to look at, to be a little bit more forward thinking as far as assurances go. Over the last couple of years, we've kind of been caught, I guess, or, other audits, outside audits have said, why aren't you doing more on these particular things? And so we kind of looked at some different ways of how do we kind of get ourselves out in front of compliance at the LEA level and at our level. And so we looked at the assurances list that we have, and it's a big, long list. And we thought, well, do we do a cyclical audit of all these assurances that LEAs have, and how long would that take? And so the conversation kind of moved. We actually talked about, rather than doing a cyclical audit of those different assurances, but actually doing an audit of LEA assurances and their plans to maintain compliance to those things. And so the committee moves that the board prioritizes the assurances audit to be added to the audit plan after the opt-out audit.
Okay, the motion before the board from committee is that the board prioritize the assurances audit to be added to the audit plan after the opt-out audit. Discussion to the motion. Board Member Ellis.
Thank you. I support the motion, but I just wanted to throw out there that when we approved the opt-out audit, it was with the contingency that it would come back to the board when I just want to make sure that's still on the table so that we vote on how it was going to be rolled out. Some people think we
Chair
approved
Cummins.
it. I don't.
So this doesn't affect any prior audits that have been prioritized that are coming through the pipe in different phases. This just adds it to the very end.
Right. I would like.
So the opt-out audit is still in process and will be coming back to the board. But
I just haven't heard about it, and since it says on the list that it's 2 months in, I'm a little concerned because I don't think that I want that audit to take place, and we were waiting for anyway, so trying to speak to the motion, but also throw in the caveat that I want to make sure.
There's no change to the plan. This just puts it at the very end of the queue.
Okay. Board Member Lear.
So thank you, Chair. As a practical matter, do you have any idea when that would take place?
So sorry, my board doc's de-authenticated, and so I have to pull it up, but I believe there was a calendar in your board docs. Could somebody else
May of
have it?
this year?
No.
May of 2020. Okay. And I don't need an exact, I'm just getting a
Okay.
picture
Yeah.
of how soon. So not soon.
No,
Okay.
and you have a calendar in your board docs backup that gives you the current audit plan, calendar plan.
Board Member Linda Hansen.
Could we get a definition of what the assurance audit is and what it's going to do, just so everybody understands?
Okay, do you want to speak?
Do you want to speak to that?
Yes, so Kevin John, internal audit. Like Member Cummins already mentioned, the purpose of this audit would be to look at the design and implementation of internal controls to provide assurances that as new rule and regulation rolls out, that LEAs have a process and a plan wherein by they are compliant with new law. So in lieu of going through and testing each different law or assurance, for example, like school fees is one of the assurances that are on our assurance checklist, and then seeing are they compliant with that. Instead, we would look at the process they have to design and implement internal controls to be in compliance with law. Does that provide clarification?
Okay. Again, the motion before the board is the board prioritize the assurances audit to be added to the audit plan after the opt-out audit. Seeing no more discussion, let's vote on this. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Voting is unanimous. Does that conclude?
That completes the audit committee.
That concludes, let me say it for you, because your voice is painful. Can't wait for it to come back. So thank you for that.